This is our Lamb. This is God's firstborn Son, given to man, offered as oblation. This is our Lamb.
Wow, the fifth week of Lent. You know, by now, we've realized that the journey of Lent is a long one and something that we're not used to being so disciplined in trying to reach our goals sometimes. And so at this point, or at this phase of our journey, we've either accepted what we've sacrificed and found beauty in the sacrificing, or we've begun to let it make us angry, or we found some sort of want towards it that begins to take us away from our focus. And so I think at this moment, at this point of Lent, that we are so close to entering Holy Week, that we almost need to look in the way that Jesus handled the trials in his life. I mean, he was always so calm in the manner in which people would approach him. You know, the disciples during the feeding of the 5,000 were kind of like freaking out about the food situation. And when they ran up to him to ask him, what are they to do? It's just with a very calm voice that he just says, you know, what is it that you have to offer? Saying that if you bring me what you have to offer, I will multiply it and I will make it okay. And he goes from town to town. And when times that he was overwhelmed and he could no longer heal the people effectively that he was part of that community with, then he would go off and pray. And the disciples really didn't always know what to do when he did that. But he was attentive enough in his prayer life with his Father that when he was empty, that he would go up on the mountain to pray. And so in your times of struggle and your times of wanting to not finish the race or continue the journey, think about the way in which Jesus handled those trials. He would solve the problem and he would move on. You know, so often we desire to want to live a holy life that allows us to be saintly, allows us to do good, allows us to be fulfilled in our faith goals. And I want you to think about the way that you look at the word holy, because there's the spelling of H-O-L-Y, and then there is the spelling of W-H-O-L-L-Y. And I think that when we desire holiness that the saints had, we really should spell it with W-H-O-L-L-Y instead of H-O-L-Y. Because if we do that, there's a unification that begins to happen. It's a oneness that doesn't allow any separation between us and the relationship that we desire with God. And that is kind of the manner in which Jesus handles the woman that is caught in adultery today. She's caught and she is immediately condemned by people who don't know her, don't understand her situation, nor are they willing to even ask or think about their own lives for 1 second. So once again, Jesus calmly draws in the sand and allows them to know that they cannot cast a stone because they do not live a life without issue or without judgment that should be passed on them. You know, there's a saying that says that you should never judge the inside of your family, nor should you judge the outside of another. And I think that when we begin to judge, we find out that there are insecurities of our own. Insecurities that tell us that we should want more and we should be more. And it's not necessary. We know how judgment worked out when those people passed judgment on Jesus and condemned him to death for no other reason other than truly fulfilling a prophecy. I would close with a song lyric from Elvis Presley. And I'd had a radio show a few years back, and my opening song was called Walk a Mile in My Shoes. And I always loved the words to that song because it basically just said that if you could be me and I could be you for just 1 hour, you would see things so differently. So today, as you journey, before you judge, before you criticize, just walk a mile in somebody else's shoes and turn your attentions for the remainder of your journey towards one of redemption and towards one of a holiness, a W-H-O-L-L-Y holiness with God that will never tear you away from Him. Find the beauty in your trials.